Well, I think we have to begin by understanding the nature of the crisis. And it isn't one crisis, it is a number of crises occurring simultaneously. There is a crisis of governance in which the subjects of the region, the people who are it, have lost faith in most of their governments. And so there is a tension between the subjects and the rulers. And that indeed was the beginning of the Syrian crisis. But then, when we thought of the Syrian crisis as a conflict between a ruler and a homogeneous population, we lost track of the other crises that are going on, namely the fact that many of these countries are composites of different ethnic and religious groupings, so that when the central authority is weakened, either by revolution or by foreign pressures or by its own weakness, that what happens is not a homogeneous opposition within which you can apply democratic methods, but a conflict between these various ethnic and religious groups for predominance or sometimes even for self-preservation. In addition, as a third element, these ethnic and religious conflicts are not confined by national boundaries. So when they break out, they involve neighboring countries and sometimes the whole region. And all of these various civil wars that are going on simultaneously are united by a rejection of the world order that was created at the end of World War I, so that one is seeing the collapse of national boundaries side by side with the collapse of governing authority, and therefore the rise of non-state groupings that within countries and between countries are achieving a very strong and sometimes dominant position. And this is why ISIS is so significant, because it goes across national borders. It asserts universal claims. It tries to make these universal claims a means of overthrowing the whole international system. And it uses methods which in their shocking brutality are supposed to demonstrate the irrelevance of the existing system. And all these things are coming together. And so it's very difficult to say what is their one policy that can affect them, because then there are traditional states that exist in the region, like I would say Egypt and Iran and Turkey, which is not fully in the region. And so the solution of these problems, or even the amelioration of these problems, is going to be linked to the emergence of these countries into a possibly dominant position. And that is the aspect of the Iranian problem, in addition to the nuclear capacity. So this is a challenge which for Americans is very hard to understand, because we believe that there is one single world order that follows accepted principles, that challenges have solutions that can be defined in a limited period of time. And yet, our challenge is to at least understand it, and then to build a policy to which others can relate.